As far as buffed characters go, we have Green Lantern here. Now I do know Green Lantern actually was buffed. If I'm not mistaken. Green Lantern. So reduced combo damage scaling on Lantern's Might, Bowled Over, and their meter burned versions. So that's bowled over. So this has it does less damage scaling as well as this. So like some simple combo like this for Green Lantern, it's gonna do significantly more damage than it used to. That's like 359 right there. I'm sure that's not optimal. I'm sure you could do better, but before it was less damage, so now it's doing more. Super move, Mechanized Assault, now hits overhead and receives a benefit from Gear Augmented Amplified Construct. So that doesn't matter, but now this hits overhead. Honestly, I don't know if that matters at all because the super itself is quite slow. I don't know if that's really going to help him at all. Oh yeah, and then he has these buffs. This Lantern got a pretty big buff, so now if he does back 1-3 into the Lantern, that's actually safe. Before it was -8 on block, now it's -3, and the meter burn one is actually +6, but it has pushback on it. So he can't get a down 1 after because there's too much pushback, but he can get a back 1. And if he's +6 and his back 1 is 9 frames, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So if he does this into this, he should be able to do that after. But back 1-3 is not like a guaranteed move that you can do. Every character can backdash out of it, and if I'm not mistaken, every character can meter burn back 3 out of it. But yeah, so every character can just backdash or meter burn back 3 out of this, but like it does definitely catch you off guard sometimes if the Green Lantern player is like whatever, or if you're not ready for it. But Green Lantern got buffed. He should. I think Gross will be playing it more anyways. So those are like the buffs for Green Lantern. So Poison Ivy, Snap Trap, has its hit region adjusted, 2 more cancel advantage frames, and recovery 2 frames faster. What that means, I know that the hit region, apparently they were saying before, like based on where you were, like sometimes it wouldn't hit you or something like that, like if you're too close. Now it's supposed to be more consistent when you hit someone with it. 2 more cancel advantage frames. I'm not sure if that changes anything. Maybe someone can let me know. Recovers 2 frames faster, so on whiff it'll be a little bit faster for recovery. 10 recovery frames, that's pretty good. Call Me Silence says, will you still use Supergirl or is it over? I'll still use her unless I play her and find out that I hate the changes so much that it makes me not want to play her anymore, but for now I'll still play her. Chompy and Bitey special move now has a meter burn. So that's this. So this, wait, no, that's not it. That's this. This is the special move. You can now meter burn it. I don't think that you can't actually combo off of it. Yeah, you can't actually combo off of it, but it says here on block it's +7 on block. So she has like, and I think this is a safe wake up, so like she could wake up and then meter burn it and then be plus, because it says here that it's -13 on block, so maybe before it was punishable. So that could be a significant change if I'm not mistaken. Datura Hammer meter burn now has 3 more frames of block stun on the first 4 hits. I'm guessing that's oh, this one. So it's saying that now it's 3 more frames of block stun on the first 4 hits. I think they were saying something about it just tightens it up a bit so that you can't like the gaps aren't there as much. Something like that. Maybe use it as a combo ender for this. I don't know if you'd want to use that as a combo ender. Like, that's spending a bar. Maybe. I don't know. Bed of Thorns now does 4 base damage in total. Okay, so up from 2. So, apparently... See, I don't know too much about this character, but... This move... They increased the amount of damage it does. According to this, it went from 4 base damage. It went from 2 base damage to 4, so essentially doubling how much damage it does. So yeah, now it's going to be a little bit more effective, I guess. More useful of a move. Now does damage only if they jump out of its area of effect. So now, so the meter burn, if they jump, then they should be taking damage. Oh yeah, you can see there. If he jumps, he's taking damage from it. Kind of similar to the Awaz thing from Enchantress. If he's jumping, he's actually taking some damage there. If you do the normal one, the normal one actually does damage too. So you don't even have to meter burn it. It says here, yeah, Bed of Thorns and the meter burn now do damage to the opponent if they jump. Okay, so yeah, both of them, if they jump, they'll take some extra damage. So that's like a solid 5% every single time. So if you end a combo with this in the corner or something and you put it down and they want to jump out, they're gonna be forced to take that damage. So that's kind of significant. And as far as I can tell, those are like the main changes for Poison Ivy. Oh yeah, Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, I think he got a couple buffs here. So away light, light, down hard. So back 1-1, down 3. This string has 5 less block recovery frames with increased pushback. So they made this safe. The low, low, low. For some reason, Flash's low, low, low is full combo punishable, but they made this one completely safe, and it has increased pushback. Look, that's quite a bit of pushback, and it's -3. So, I guess I don't know. Apparently, I saw something on Twitter. I think Raptor made it, where like if you end a combo using it, it can actually like be good for a setup. Like I don't know what's the best way to get the combo to work, but like that. Like you can actually do a setup with the jump 2 that will make it like potentially cross up or not cross up or some shit. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what the video was showing. Said I think the jump 2 was just as well. I thought it was buffed. Combo, yeah, that's another one. So it says jump 2 has 1 more active frame and had its repel region adjusted, making it more effective as a cross up. So I feel like, is this not nerfed, or I don't know. I feel like before the blade looked bigger. It's more effective as a cross up, but I feel like it doesn't hit as deep. I feel like before it hit deeper. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me. Seems kind of weird to me. But apparently it has 1 more active frame. Yeah, and they changed the region so like it's better at crossing up, but I feel like it used to hit deeper. Maybe I'm wrong. Ice Ball has 4 less startup frames. So yeah, that's that could actually be a pretty significant change. Where's the Ice Ball input? Down 4-2. So it has 22 startup frames. Meter Burn has 12 startup frames. So apparently now you can actually combo. Before, I don't think Sub-Zero actually had like a full combo off of a down 1, because like he'd do like down 1 into like that, or like down 1 slide. But now he can actually do down 1 into that and like get a full combo. So that to me sounds like a pretty significant buff. I don't know what his optimal combo is, but I thought it was something like that. Oops. something like that. I don't know what his optimal combo is, but that's a combo nonetheless. So yeah, that's a pretty significant buff in my opinion. And these are just faster now. And this is faster now too. So they made the startup of that faster, they made the startup of that faster. Increased they made this apparently better at crossing up, and they made this string safe. So those are like the changes. Okay, so my brother Biohazard had told me that this, he was saying the bounce cancel does more damage, but in the patch notes it doesn't. So he's saying maybe he just thought it does more damage, but it doesn't. I don't know, because he was saying that he thought that the bounce cancel did more damage, but according to the patch notes, it doesn't say anything changed about the damage. I feel like I can actually. Why am I not able to hit him? Like that's a lot of damage there, 778 if he has full level 3. I don't know how much that used to do pre-patch. Maybe they changed it, maybe they didn't, but it doesn't say anything in the patch notes about it. They made this a hard knockdown, 2 less startup frames, and now also grants knockdown. Also knocks down grounded opponents, so I can have him tech roll. And I think, yeah, that's a hard knock. No, that's not a hard knockdown. So I don't know about that. I don't know, something about that changed, but it's not a hard knockdown. Mercenary's elbow. I think this is like the main change to him. So this move, back forward 2, is now -16 on block. Recovers 18 frames faster. Still has 44 recovery frames. So it's still really slow, but it used to be like even worse. And 5 less frames of block stun. So on block, it's still punishable. Honestly, I don't know if this is really going to make that big of a difference. Like, it's still punishable. It's -16 on block. It used to be -21. So it's still punishable. This still has a lot of recovery, just not as much recovery. I don't really know what the change to that really means. So, who knows? But apparently he got buffed. That's like technically a buff, I guess. Cyborg. Let me see here. I think Cyborg got a few changes. Power of the mother box, character power, input precision improved. Input precision improved. So they should make it easier to do some of his stuff, I guess. And so yeah, air drone power 10 less startup frames, 20 less recovery frames, 120 duration frames, so less duration, and causes a ground bounce reaction which increased combo damage scaling. 10 less. So yeah, they essentially made the air drone a lot better. So if he does this, he recovers a lot faster from it than it used to. I think it starts up faster than it used to, and it causes a bounce so that he can actually get a full combo if it hits. It's still a mid, but like yeah, if he hits you with it, then he can get a full combo. And then I think also, what is it, Sonic Fist? Which move is that? Power Fist. Okay, let me double check the notes here. Cyborg, Sonic Arm. Sonic Arm. Is that's not a special move, I guess. That's something else. It says here in the patch notes that Cyborg Sonic Arm will always be a hard knockdown. What move is that? Why wouldn't they say like the input? I don't see anything here that says Sonic Arm. Sonic Disruptor. Maybe that's it. Maybe that. Is that a hard knockdown? Yeah, maybe that's it. They wrote Sonic Arm in the patch notes, but I think they're talking about Sonic Disruptor. That's a hard knockdown now, as you can see. He's on roll mode, but he's not rolling. So I guess if you end a combo with it, yeah, it's a hard knockdown now. So I guess that's a little bit better than before. I don't know why they wrote Sonic Arm. And Land Drone character power has 5 less startup frames and 20 less recovery frames. Yeah, so they made the Land Drone just better as well. It starts up faster and it recovers faster. So yeah, it just means Cyborg they basically just made his trait more useful. So that's his changes. So yeah, this also 4-2-2. That's also a hard knockdown. If I make the opponent roll, he can't roll. So you get into combo with that, and they can't roll. So for example, that into that might be possible now. Not 100% sure, but yeah. Aquaman got some buffs. Nothing too big, but still a buff nonetheless. So 1-1-2-3 for Aquaman. Let me see here. Roll mode on. This is now a hard knockdown. Before it wasn't. How useful that will be, I'm not too sure. Like maybe in the corner, it might be more useful. But with Aquaman's not really like a setup character or anything like that, so it honestly might not really matter that much. And they made the Trident Scoop different, so now that will switch the side. It doesn't allow you a combo follow-up, it's just a side switch, so you do something like that, switch sides. But what they did change is the Scoop meter burn will now follow up for a combo. So that's a pretty significant change, because now he's actually going to get quite a bit more damage. I've seen people posting on Twitter some like other combos that you can do now because of that. It's kind of weird the way that is. It's a little bit tricky to hit the back 3 timing. You kind of have to get used to it a little bit, but I'm sure like people will be able to with enough practice. Like I'm already hitting it. I don't practice this character, so whatever. Should be fine. But yeah, I think also like you can do, what is it? Like that. What? That's pretty good damage. 426. Crap. I'm not hitting him though. Oh well, whatever. It worked. But yeah, I think the main reason that you're gonna use this to combo is when you hit confirm a back 1-2 into it. That'll probably be the main reason when you're gonna actually hit confirm into this. But then yeah, it's a little bit tricky to get the back 3, but it's definitely doable. Yeah. But yeah, so Aquaman basically is just gonna have more damage now than he used to. Hooray for Aquaman. And I think I have a few more characters here. Darkseid just got a quick, there's not really a point in showing it. Darkseid, his down 1 says causes a different reaction with 10 more cancel advantage frames on hit, 1 less frame of recovery. I'm not sure exactly what all that means, but I know essentially like now he can down 1 background bounce for a full combo, whereas before he couldn't. So that's kind of significant. I think the I have another change was Harley. Her back 2 was just improved, adjusted the hit region of back 2, so that now it's it has a better hit region, so that it can actually combo sometimes, where before it couldn't. So it's a little bit of a buff for Harley. Nothing too crazy, I think. Okay. So Starfire, I think these are the last 2 characters. Starfire, Stardust meter burn, startup increased by 2 frames. So they made that increase by 2 frames. Apparently. So like I think they did it because now Starfire can actually down 1 background bounce. Before she couldn't. But I think they wanted this to not work, because this down 1 into this doesn't work. And I think they did that on purpose. I think that might be why they changed it. What's the oh, I think usually you go into it off of that. Yeah. So they changed that, slightly increased forward and backward walk speed. Yeah, so you can see here, forward walk speed and backward walk speed. It's better than it used to be. I think it's a pretty significant change. Forward 2, 10 less frames of block stun, 1 less frame cancel advantage, 5 less recovery on hit, 10 less recovery on block miss. So yeah, they made her forward 2 just better all around, I think. Oh yeah, well, it's kind of weird. It's like abruptly recovers. Before it was like worse on recovery. So they made it a little bit better with that. They made the forward 2-2 better. It does more damage now. It says here, what is it? Towards forward 2-2 now has 11 startup frames, down from 13. So it's a little bit faster, and does 7 base damage, up from 5. So yeah, it does a little bit more damage. They made the forward 2 throw, they made that able to come out on block as well, so that if they block it, you can kind of mix them with that or that. But if you go for that mix and they're ducking it, then you're gonna die, because that has a lot of recovery on whiff. And yeah, it says this has 2 cancel advantage frames. That's for the background bounce. So those are like basically Starfire's changes. And I think Raiden got a couple stuff. So I think Raiden, I'm not 100% sure, but I think his didn't work either, but now it does with the background bounce. How fast is this down 1? 7 frames. Electrocute now recovers 3 frames faster on block. I don't know why some of this stuff they just don't say, but either way, 3 frames faster on block. So this, okay, so it's -5 on block. According to this, it means it used to be -8. I thought it was -7, but maybe I'm wrong. So this is now safe anyways. Down 1 into this is safe, so he can, on hit, he can just meter burn it, confirm for a full combo. So that's pretty good for him, honestly. He can get a full combo off of that. If he has trade active, he can get a back 3 after. I don't know what the best combo is, but that's a combo. If you don't have trade active, I know you can at least get something like that. Something like that. I don't know what his strings are. But yeah, so it's safe. Like, he can just do it safely. And I think if you have a background bounce, you could probably chop it into a background bounce and get some pretty good damage. Yeah, so it's pretty useful, honestly. I think that's going to be a pretty important change. Distant Thunder medium 2-1 down 3 has 2 more active frames, 4 more frames of cancel advantage, 2 more recovery frames. 2-1 down 3. So they did something with this string. 2 more active frames, 4 more cancel advantage frames. So to me that sounds like he can maybe cancel into something he couldn't before. I don't know what. I don't know if it's that. I feel like it'd be weird if he couldn't cancel into that before, but yeah. 2 more recovery frames, so it's a little bit slower on recovery. 2-1 down 3. Which is this. So. They made his down 3 faster. 10 startup frames down from 2. I think they meant down from down from 2, or maybe down from 12. I don't know. Down 3 is 10 startup frames anyways, and it's fairly safe. -8 on block. So I think that's a buff. Roaring Strike Jump Light now has 6 startup frames down from 7. So they increased his jump 1. That's pretty significant, I think. If they made this 6 starter frames instead of 7. And Jump Medium had its repel region adjusted, making it more effective as a cross-up. That's similar to Sub-Zero, so they made the Jump 2 a more effective cross-up tool, apparently. I don't know anything about this character or what it used to look like, but that's kind of what it is now. Maybe it's better as a cross-up. Doesn't seem that good to me, honestly. Looks kind of sus. But that worked there anyways. And that's it, I think. I think that's it. So those are all the buffs for the characters. I did mention Harley, even though I didn't show her. Just her back 2 got a little bit better. I didn't show Darkseid, but he can down 1 background bounce. I think that's the only real change that happened to him. I think that's everyone. So, yeah.